So I'm doing a quick video to demonstrate how to record your screen on your iPhone. This is strictly for an iPhone or iOS devices. So as you can see, I have this pop-up on my screen where you can see that it's recording. It's the flashing red light. And it has these three options in the middle: Photos, Twitch, and My Verizon Diagnostics. I'm gonna go over what all this means in a second. And then we have the microphone. So what I'm gonna do for now is I'm just going to tap away from this so it goes away. We're in the control center. I'm gonna show you how we get there. Again, I'm gonna tap away from it. In order to get that to work, it's built into iOS, but you're not gonna have that there by default. So if I swipe down from the upper right-hand corner, and I swipe down, it brings up the control center. That recording button there, right underneath the calculator, it is not there by default. You have to tell iOS to put it there. To do that, we're gonna go to Settings, and then we're going to go to Control Center, and then go to Customize Controls. And you see we have an Include section and a More Control section. Now you can see underneath Apple TV Remote, it says Screen Recording. That is not there by default. By default, it's in the list of more controls. So let's pretend that hearing is screen recording. And I'm gonna hit the plus sign next to it to add it. When I do that, it goes straight to the top, to the include list. And then I hit back in the upper left-hand corner, hit the control center back arrow, and that is now live. That setting is now live. And depending on what iPhone you have, if you have an iPhone that has a physical home button on it, just feel free to hit the home button and it'll take you back to your home screen. If not, you'll have to swipe up from the bottom, and then you can just tap anywhere on the home screen to kind of get that out of the way. And then from there, you can swipe down from the upper right-hand corner. Now, before you actually initiate the recording, the first thing I would do is right underneath the Bluetooth icon, there's a moon icon right here. If we go ahead and select that, that is going to enable Do Not Disturb. And what that does is make sure that if you get any text message, phone call, anything like that, as you're doing your screen recording, it's not going to pop up and interrupt it. They'll still be able to call and text and do all that. It won't stop them from doing it, but it will stop it from popping up with a notification that covers the screen and gets in the way of the recording. I would do that before we start the recording. Once you do that, then you want to go ahead and press and hold the record button. So right to the left of the ear icon, that record icon, it's not going to be red when you first look at it, it'll be gray. You want to press and hold it. It's very important that you press and hold it. If you just press it without pressing and hold, it'll turn on and it'll do a countdown, a 3, 2, 1 countdown, but it will not pick up your microphone audio. Now, if you're okay with that, that's fine. But if you actually want to pick up your microphone audio, so if you're like in a Zoom meeting on your phone or something, and you want to record that, and you want to pick up both what they're saying and what you're saying, you want to press and hold it. A menu will pop up just like what you saw when we first started the recording. It'll look just like that, exactly like that. And those three options that we pointed out earlier, what that's asking is where do you want to save the recording? So it had photos, it had Verizon Diagnostics, and it had Twitch. That's just telling the phone where, when the recording is done, where it's going to save that recording. I would make sure to have photos selected. And then right underneath that whole menu or that whole section, you see it says microphone on with a red microphone. By default, the microphone is not on and it's gray. You'll need to just simply press it, and then it'll say microphone on and it'll turn red. And after you've taken care of all that, you can just tap anywhere away from this menu and it's going to get out of it. So we'll go through the steps one more time. So you start off by going to Settings, and then Control Center underneath General, and then go to Customize Controls underneath Access Within Apps. And then in the More Controls section where it shows all the plus signs, scroll down, find Screen Recording, and then you hit the plus sign to add it, and then it appears in the include section with all the minus signs. In this case, I'm just going to remove hearing. And then once you're done, you really can just press the home button on your iPhone if you have one, or just swipe away from it. I would, to be safe, to make sure it sticks, hit the back arrow in the upper left-hand corner where it says Control Center. And then once you get here, then go ahead, if you have the physical home button, click it. If you don't, swipe up from the bottom and then just tap anywhere on the home screen to get this to move out of the way. Or you can just swipe up to close it. And then from there, in the upper right-hand corner, right where you see the Wi-Fi symbol, the battery symbol, and the symbol for your cellular connection, hold your finger up there and just swipe down from the right side, and it'll bring up the control center. And then the first thing you're going to do is make sure you turn on do not disturb. And you'll know if it's on because it'll be highlighted like it is now. If it's off, then it'll be like that. You'll turn that on to make sure you get no interruptions as far as any notifications if someone texts you or call you or what have you. And then you're going to go to the record option at the bottom there, and it will be gray, it won't be red until it's live. You'll press and hold it. The menu will open. You'll make sure you have photos selected as where it's going to save the recordings. And then you're going to make sure that it says microphone on and that it's red. If it's not red, then press it once and it'll turn red and say microphone on. Then you just tap away from it and you're good to go. In this case, I can't demonstrate in this recording, because once I hit stop, the recording will stop. But to stop the recording, you just simply press it once. So as it's flashing red, if you just tap it once with your finger, the recording is going to stop and it's going to automatically save to the video section of your photos. All right, so any questions at all, please do reach out to us by email at dsp@solano.edu, and we'll be sure to take care of you. Bye for now.